So for today's demonstration, I want you to open up a blank spreadsheet. If you want, you can also, I didn't show you this before, but if you open up pet count from the activities that we've completed before, at the bottom of our spreadsheet, this thing's in the way, excuse me, you have the capability to add a new spreadsheet. So if I click on this add a sheet, you can see there's different tabs here. The first tab has our pet count. The second one has something I started, which I'm going to come back to, and the third one has a blank one. So you can keep adding sheets to the bottom of your file, or you can open up a blank one. So I would usually do this when I have sheets that relate. So for all of my classes that I teach, I have like period 1, period 2, period 3, and then I would keep information in these different things because they all relate to my classes. Then if I were at home budgeting, I would have like one for December, one for January, one for February, and I would add sheets just based on the month. So you would want to have sheets available and then save as the overall category, like classes or budget, and then you would have like December, January, February. But I know this doesn't relate. We just want to start with a new file, and I'm thinking Skittles right now, so I go ahead and pause your video if you need to and type this in, but there's a couple different colors of Skittles. There's red, orange, yellow, green, and purple. And then if you want to come back, in my bag, I got 1 red Skittle. I had 3 orange, 5 yellows, which is not my favorite. I had 0 greens, and I had 5 purples. And I'm going to go ahead and just adjust all of the sizes here so that they're all the same. So I added my bag of Skittles. So let's just say that my friend Morgan has a bag of Skittles too. And in her bag there was, and this is a snack pack. I'm saying little sizes. So she had 2 reds, 2 oranges, 4 yellows, 2 greens, and 3 purples. And then my friend John also opened up a bag of Skittles, and he had 1 red Skittle, 3 orange Skittles, 4 yellow Skittles, 4 green Skittles, and 1 purple Skittle. And then I'm going to go ahead and make all of this the same size as well. All right, so we have different amounts of Skittles. If you open up your bag of Skittles, you can put in your numbers instead. So here's what we're going to do with this. We're practicing with some formulas, and I want to introduce something new called functions. So I know that from the previous lesson, I can click in the cell. If I want to add them up, I can hit the equal sign, and then I can click on cell B2 and plus, and then keep clicking on the next cell, and then plus, and the next cell, and plus, and the next cell. So you have to be careful. If you add a plus at the end of this, and this is the last one, if you add a plus, you might get an error message, and all it's just saying is you have a plus hanging on the end. Did you want to add another cell? So you might have to remove the plus. And then once you're done, you hit enter. So there were 14 Skittles in my bag. And so now I want to add the rest of these numbers up, but I want to show you a shortcut. So if I click in this box, this was called a formula. So a formula has the equals, and then what cells do I want to add? You can use subtract, you can multiply and divide. You can, anytime you want to do any kind of math, that's just a straightforward formula. But if I know I want to add all of these numbers and they're grouped together, there's another option that's a little bit easier. So you click in the box where you want to put your results. Click on that 3 dots over here, unless you see it, but I'm looking for this. It looks like a sideways capital M. It says functions when you hold over it. It's usually on the end of this toolbar, but if you don't see it, this button means more, and then you can see that functions button. And then what do you want to do? I want to add them together. And so that's a sum. And then it's asking what cells do you want to sum, and all I have to do is click and drag over these 5 cells, and then it tells you which cells that you highlighted, 6, 2 through, that's what that colon means, through 6, C6. And if I hit enter, I can calculate that I have 13 Skittles in Morgan's bag. Let's do that again. So click in the cell where you want the results. So you always have to click in a blank cell to get started. We need the sideways M. Hit, that stands for functions. This is a sum. Select the cells you want to add together. Hit enter. So we can see that there's generally 13 or 14 Skittles in each bag. So let's do one more thing. Let's do an average. So I want to see, in average, if I had a whole lot of statistics, this would be better. How many reds are in each bag? So I'm clicking in my cell where I want my results. I'm going to click on my sideways M, and I'm going to select average this time, and then highlight the numbers that I want to create an average of and hit enter. It's taking a guess at that you want to do the same thing, and that is what I want to do, so I'm going to go ahead and hit this check mark. But if I didn't, I could just click on this cell and do it again. So I want my results to pop in that cell. I want to create an average. I want to use an average of these 3 cells. Hit enter. So I don't like that there's this many places past the decimal, so I'm going to highlight all of these and just reduce this down a little bit. So you can see that there's an average of 2.6 oranges in each bag, 4 yellows in each bag, so there's different amounts in each bag. And so that's the difference between a function, and then this is an example of a formula. And that is our Skittles assignment. Just for following along today, I would love for you to submit your work and then make up work that you owe.